I'm Tinna, and again it is fiesta time because today is part 2 of my Fiesta Cal, which I'm releasing now today. First of all, I just want to say that it's just amazing all the goodwill and support that I'm getting with my new Cal. So many people have joined, both on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, and loads of new joins in the Facebook group where we're having lots of fun. So it's just amazing, and I'm having the best time seeing all your Fiesta tiles popping up in my feeds. It's such fun. Today is the second flower. So that's the star flower. Another tile for you. And this is actually my favorite flower, although I do love them all, but I really like this one. And again, we have 2 variations, as you can see. One star is bigger than the other. I'll show you that in detail later on in the tutorial, how to work the different types. Also, as you can see, the details here in this one don't really go out to the petals, like in Dahlia, the first one. And so sometimes I will just add an extra color anyway to get the circle in the background, like in the other ones. But you don't really need to, you can do it like this as well. So this is the star flower octagon, which I'm going to show you how to make today. Again, all the practical information you can find in links below, my Facebook group, the pattern link, link to my website where you'll find all the yarn stats if you want to check that out before buying the pattern. It is a paid Cal, so it's available in my Ravelry store for half price for $5 during the Cal, and I'll change that to full price on December 1st after we finish. So yeah, I think I've done all the practical things I'm supposed to say. But if not, you're welcome to write to me always by email or on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, and I'll be happy to help you out. And just again, this is just starting off amazingly. I'm super psyched. It's been such fun already, and we've only just started. So on to part 2. Okay, so now it's on to the second part of the Fiesta Cal, which is the starflower octagon, and here I have a few examples of it. As you see, it has the same form as the first part, the first flower, but it has a different part here in the middle, and it doesn't have the details in the petals. So you can make this one actually with 2 variations, like this with a little star in the middle, or here I just add a bit to the star, you see, so it's a bit bigger. I'll show you both variations. It's a very small change, but it really does give it a little bit of a extra oomph, and I always love to have these little different types. So like I said before, all the octagons have the same start, so you don't have to be thinking all the time. So I've here already done rounds 1 to 3, which are exactly the same as rounds 1 to 3 in part 1 in the Dahlia octagon. So if you want to check that out, check out part 1 for the Fiesta Cal video tutorials. But now we're just going to start here in round number 4. And actually, and this is the yarn that I'm using here for this. This is my main color, and I'm going to be using these 2 here for the flower color here, and this is the contrast here. And actually there's a little trick I wanted to tell you about this that I like. Obviously you should try and have the same weight of yarn, but my projects are never like that because I'm always using up all kinds of mixture. So you see that the yarn here that I'm using for this accentuating color now is a bit thinner, you know, but for this part I actually like it. It gives it a bit of extra crispiness. So for rounds 4 and 6, if you're doing the extra here, I recommend, I mean, it's fine to use the same yarn for everything, obviously, but if you're doing mix and match, I'd rather recommend using a bit thinner yarn here, and definitely not thicker, at least. Okay, so let's get to it. We're going to start here now with color B, and that's color B, the main color in every even number rows from on here. So we're going to join here into the first single crochet of the round, of round 3. I'm going to join with a new color, just with a slip stitch and 1 chain. And then we're going to work, and in this round we can work around our tail. So I'm going to work 2 single crochets, and now I'm going to frame up these double crochets here from round 3, and I'm going to do a 2 together treble. So you yarn over twice, and this we work into the first round. So we go here into the first round, oops, go a bit back here into the first round here, and do a normal treble once through, twice, and 3 times, like so. And now we do the second one on the other side of the DC for round 3 and into round 1 again, like so. And we go once, twice, the 3rd time, and now we have both our trebles here, and we're going to close them up together, like so. Okay, and now we continue and work 3 single crochet stitches, and I'm always working over my tail here so I don't have to weave that in later. And I'm just going to show you once more how you work the trebles. And now you go into the same stitch here from round 1 that I worked the last treble, you see? Okay, nice and easy. And again on the other side here. So we're making a sort of a star here in the middle for our star flower. Okay, so that's the repeat for round 4. It's the 3 single crochets and the 2 together trebles here worked into round 1. Okay, so now I've done most of round 4, and just to show you how to finish, also because I'm changing the flower color here for next round, I've been working over this end here. Always in these single crochet rounds you can work over your ends. And so when we get to the last DC of the round, we just do our trebles here around this one, and now we're working again. This one goes into the same stitch as the last treble, and the second one here, this last treble of the round, goes into the same stitch as the first treble of the round, like so. And then we finish off with 1 single crochet, because remember at the beginning of the round we did 2 single crochets, and we also want to have 3 here in between. So that's it for round 4 then, and as you can see there's a little star happening here. Okay, so on to round 5. I'm going to be using this light pink here for my flower color for round 5, and we join into the back loop of the first single crochet of the round, like so, with a slip stitch, and do 1 chain. And now you're going to work 2 double crochets into the next stitch here, and then 1 single crochet into both loops of the 2 trebles here that we work together here. So this is our repeat, the 1 single crochet, and then we're going to do, you see here there are 3 stitches we have here from round 3, the 3 single crochet stitches from round 3, and we're going to work into those. Into the first one we do 2 double crochets, like so, and then we do a treble, and that one actually goes down to round 2, not into this one, but here down to round 2, the middle stitch there. 1 treble there, and then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So just to show you once more, our repeat is 1 single crochet into both loops here, 2 double crochets into the next one, and I'm always using US terminology, you guys. 1 treble down to round 2, whoop, whoop. 2 double crochets here. So this is what we're going to repeat for the whole of round 5, and as you can see we're kind of framing up our little star. Okay, so now I've worked most of round 5, and just to finish here after the last repeat, we're going to finish here with 1 single crochet, 2 double crochets in the next one, and this one actually lands on a join, you see, so always choose the lower loop or stitch. 2 double crochets here, and then 1 treble down to round 2, like so. And now I'm going to cut this yarn because I'm only using it for this one round. And let's just go straight on to round 6. And round 6 is actually a all single crochet round, very simple when you do it with a little star. But I'm going to start by showing you, because I didn't cut my pink here detail color, I'm going to start by showing you the variation. You can do, I'm doing both. So you will just join here into the back loop of the first DC of the round with a slip stitch and 1 chain. And I'm going to show you what the normal round is in just a bit, but when you work the variation to make the star bigger, then you're going to do 1 single crochet, and then you're going to work a double crochet, front post double crochet, like so, around the 2 trebles from round 4, like this. So this, and then you just do the single crochet, which is for the normal round, the normal version. What is it? Yeah, 5 single crochets in between. And just to show you once again, to make this star in the middle bigger, you're going to yarn over and work a front post around both of the trebles from round 4, and just normal front post DC here. And I'm just going to show you quickly the difference between the two. So this is where the star is bigger, you see, and here also you get a bigger star if you add this front post DC there. And this is the normal one, which just has a cute little star in the middle. I really like both of them actually, and I do love to have some variations because I can't stand to be working the same thing over and over again, so I want to have some choices. Okay, I'm just going to back this up. This was the variation, and because this round, if not doing the variation, won't show from the front, I'm just going to use my main color here, the gray. So now we'll do the official round 6 for the star flower, and I'm going to join here into the back loop of the first DC, do 1 chain, and just work 1 single crochet into each stitch of the round. And this is where I'm introducing my color B here, main color. Like this one is also color B, the pink one, but it's I will use a different one here for the just an accentuating color. Wow, my English is really good. So I'm gonna be working over my tail is what I wanted to say. God, I got myself in great trouble there. Okay, so just 1 single crochet into each stitch of this round, and you can work over your tail here if you need to. Okay, so here we are at the end of round 6, which is the single crochet round, unless you're doing the variation. And so now we're going to skip the chain here that we did at the beginning of the round, and we're going to join into the back loop of the first single crochet of the round. And now I'm introducing my petal color, the flower color here that I'm using, white. You join like this with a slip stitch and do 1 chain. And now we're going to work 3 single crochets just into the next 3 stitches. Always just find the stitch that you would normally work into and go 1 round down for Mosaic Crochet. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to do a front post DC around the treble here from round 5, like so, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet here just in the back, like the one that would be for the same stitch that we just worked around. So this is an increase we're doing here, and then another front post around the same treble. So we're kind of dividing up the petals in this round. And now we do 5 DCs. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And just to show you before I start that now when we continue, we work 1 front post DC around the treble here, and then we work 1 single crochet into the loop from round 6 here, just on top of the treble, and then another front post around the same treble. So I'm going to do it just once more to show you. So 1 front post DC here, 1 single crochet, and another front post around the same treble. And then again 5 DCs. So this is the repeat for this round. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to finish round 7. I just did the 2 front posts here, and now I'm going to do 5 DCs. And I just want to show you, the first one is a bit hidden here, but just remember that you want to be doing into all the stitches here from round 5. So the first one goes here, 1, 2, the third double crochet lands like on top of the star here, and then we do once more the front post once around the treble. So we do 1 front post around the treble, 1 single crochet here in the back, and another front post. So, and now we end this last repeat with only 2 DCs. And you see here is our join in the next stitch. So we're not going to go into the top one here, we're going to go always in the lower stitch that we can on the join. Do 1 double crochet here, and then another one here. And then we're just going to join by working into the back loop of the first DC of the round with our color B, the main color, with a slip stitch like so, and 1 chain. So that's round 7 for you. On to round 8, which we're going to be working with color B, our main color. And I already did the chain, and now I'm going to do 3 single crochets. So I'm going to work around my tail here from last round. 1, 2, 3, and now I'm going to do 1 DC down into round 6, and this one is a bit tedious to get to. You kind of have to go a bit behind here. So that's 1 DC, and then there are 7 single crochet stitches. And another DC, which we kind of have to reach for, open up here to get to it. And as you can see, I like to back into my stitches with the hook like that when I'm doing stitches that are hard to reach to. And just continue like this the whole round. 7 single crochet stitches, and then the uncomfortable double crochet. Okay, so when we get to the last repeat of the round, we do our DC here, and then we end with just 4 single crochet instead of 7, because we started with 3, remember? So we do 1, 2, 3, and the 4th goes into into the join. And just remember to work around, when you have a single crochet at the end of the round, I like to work that around the color, the upcoming color. And let's just go straight on to round 9. We're working again with color A, and we're going to join into the back loop of the first single crochet of the round with a slip stitch. Do 1 chain. Always important to tighten everything at the join. And now we do 1 DC and 1 front post around the front post from round 7. So 1 single crochet into the DC from last round, and then we do a front post, 2 DCs, 1 into each of the 2 next stitches, and now we're going to do 3 double crochets here in the middle because we want our petal to be plump and nice. And then again 2 DCs, and finish it with the front post around the front post. So in this one, in this flower, and I'm actually doing always these front posts here. Can you see around the petal, just to accentuate them a bit? It lifts them, it kind of lifts them up from the background, I think. So this is the repeat for round 9. It's 1 single crochet into the DC, 1 front post around the front post from round 7, 2 DCs. What's happening here? 1 and 2. Then we do an increase in the middle of the petal here and work 3 DCs into the same stitch. Again, 1 DC into each of the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. And then the front post again. This is the repeat for round 9. Okay, so now I'm going to do the last repeat of round 9. And it's like before, 1 single crochet here into the DC, 1 front post, DC around the front post, and then we do 1 and 2 double crochets. And the next one we're going to do 3, and you see here we're on a join. It doesn't look so neat now, but once we work over it, it'll just look just fine. So yarn over, and again remember you could go into this one here. We do not want to do that. We want to go low down here to kind of cover up our join. I love a neat join, the joy. So three DCs there, and we finish this last repetition with only 1 DC hereafter because we've already done the ones before at the beginning of round the others, like so. And let's just continue right on to round 10. And now I take up my main color B, and I'm going to join into the back loop of the first DC of round 9 and do 1 chain, like so. And on to round 10, we do the chain and then 1 single crochet, goes into the back loop, 1 front post DC around the DC from round 8, and then I'm just going to work single crochet stitches over all my DCs here. And as always, the single crochet stitches in Mosaic Crochet should be into the back loop unless specified otherwise. These are 9 DCs here, and again the front post. So this is a very simple round. Okay, so now I've worked most of round 10 as you see, and we just finish it the same way. This is a very simple repetition here. The front post DC around the DC from round 8, and now we finish the round with 8 single crochet because we started it with 2. No, sorry, 2. No, we started it with 1, yeah, because we want a 9 total here. And as always, the last stitch goes here into the join, like so, and we're going to work around our flower color. And let's just continue straight on to round 11. We're going to join into the back loop of the first single crochet, sorry, of the round with a slip stitch and do 1 chain. And now we're going to do 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and now we do the front post, around the front post always to kind of frame in the petals of the flower. 1 front post, and now we do 7 double crochets just over all of our petal. Easy peasy, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. There we go. And then we do our front post. And now we're going to do 3 single crochets here because we're increasing the space between the petals, you see. And on we go the same way for the whole round. A front post here, and 7 double crochets over all our petal, and another front post and 3 single crochets. Okay, so now we're gonna finish round 11. It's always just the same. We do 3 single crochets here. One front post around the front post. And then these 7 double crochet over the petal. Six, and the 7th lands on the join, and as before we're going to choose the loop that is lower here so that we're hiding our join, and the last of the 7 DCs goes here. Then we do 1 front post and finish the round with 1 single crochet here, and I'm going to work over my main color tail that I'm going to do round 12 with. So to finish round 11, we're going to join into the back loop of the first single crochet of the round, like so, with a slip stitch, and do 1 chain. So that's round 11 for you, and let's just keep going on to round 12. Again, we're working now with color B, which is the main color. I did the 1 chain, and then I'm going to do 1 DC here. And then I work 9 single crochet stitches over all my white petal stitches here. And as I said, in round 11, now we are increasing the space between the petals here. So we're going to do 3 double crochet stitches now in between the petals with the gray, or with your main color here. Color B. And we do that for the whole of the round, just 9 single crochet stitches over the petal and 3 DCs here. Okay, so now I'm gonna finish round 12. I've done my 9 single crochets here over the petal, and I'm gonna finish the round with 2 double crochet stitches here because we did 1 in the beginning of the round, like so. And we're going to join into the back loop of the first double crochet of the round, and we do so with our color A, the flower color, and 1 chain. So that's round 12 on to 13. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet, 1 front post around the front post from round 11, and 2 single crochets, 1 into each of the next 2 stitches, like so. And now we're going to work 3 double crochets together because we're going to be decreasing our petal here. We want it to go and start to be pointy. So we go 1, 2, and 3 DCs up on my hook here, and I'm going to work them all together like so. And then we do 2 DCs, 1 into each stitch, and then the front post at the edge of the petal, and then we do 5 single crochets now here between petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're decreasing the petal and we're increasing the spaces in between them. I'm going to show you 1 petal more. It's the front post here, and then 2 double crochets, and then the 3 double crochets together. 1, 2, and 3, like so, and then all of them together, voila. And 2 DCs again, and then the front post. And I'm going to continue like this the whole round. Okay, now I've done almost all of round 13. I worked over the last petal here, and I'm just going to finish the round with 4 single crochet stitches. 2, 3, and the 4th goes into the join here, you see. And then we have a total of 5, like in between the others, because we started with 1. And as always, I'm going to work over my tail here, the last single crochet. And now I join with color B into the back loop of the first single crochet of the round, like so. So that's round 13 for you. As you can see, we're getting our flowers groove on. So let's continue to 14, which is with the main color. I did the chain, and now I'm going to work 7 single crochets over the petal, always into the back loop. 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now I'm going to do 5 double crochets here in between the petals. As you can see, we're always increasing a bit the space in between the petals. I hope I'm saying that right. Flower petals, right? Yeah. So this is a very simple round, round 14. 7 single crochet over all your petal stitches, and then 5 double crochets in between. Okay, now I've worked most of round 14. Just going to show you the finishing here. We just need to do 5 DCs here at the end of the round. And the 4th actually lands on a join, and as before, we're not going to go into the stitch here above, we're going to go down to the lower one, so we get a neater join. And the 5th goes into a single crochet here, like so, and then we join into the back loop of the first single crochet of the round with a slip stitch and do 1 chain. So this is round 14, and I'm going to show you round 15, which is actually the last round I'll be showing you here today. So when we start 15, we did the 1 chain, and then there's 1 front post DC here, and then we're going to do 1 double crochet and 3 double crochets together because we're decreasing our petal. 2 and 3 DCs up on my hook like so, and we're going to work them all together. And then there comes 1 double crochet and 1 front post double crochet. And then now we have 7 single crochet stitches between the petals. 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, front post, 1 DC, 3 DCs work together, like so, 1 DC and the front post, and then again 7 single crochets in between, and then always working the petal again, like so. Okay, now I've worked almost all of round 15. I just have to finish the last repeat. I did the petal part, and now I finished this round with 7 single crochet stitches. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That goes into the join here. Work over my color B in this last stitch, like so, and join into the front post, the first front post DC from the beginning of round into the back loop, like so. And this is as far as I'll go today, because round 16 to 20 3 are exactly the same in this part 2, in the star flower, as in part 1, the dahlia tile octagon. So if you want to continue doing the video, then you just go back to part 1 and look at the round 16 to 23 there. Actually, there was a small change. Yeah, in round 17, you have to always continue working this front post here in the beginning and end of each petal, which we didn't do in the dahlia, but I mean, it's practically the same. So as you can see, this one has this little lovely star in the beginning here. And I just wanted to show you that here we have almost the same colors. I've done almost exactly the same colors here. This one was with the variation of adding the front post double crochet here. So you can see here we have a bigger star and here we have a smaller star. And I just wanted to show you a couple of tiles to show you how it can be different. You can do these. This here is round 2, 4. It's round 5, the one that I sometimes like to do in another color here, as you can see. But if you don't, then it will be more like this. This is with the small flower, the small star, and so is this one here. And here I did all the first 3 rounds in the same color. I mean, it's endless possibilities how to play with this. And here I have the big star. Here's the big star with all the same color in the middle. I really like this one here, actually. That is like, I did the same white from round 1 to 5 here, actually. And I like how it's like, has these little, I mean, it's so fun to play with these details in the middle. And just finally, I would like to show you that you can also work the star flower, the second part, working the middle like part 1, the dahlia octagon flower. So here you see, I don't go all the way into the middle with these. The start here is the same as in part 1, the dahlia, and then the rest of it is from the star flower. So I don't have any details here, but I have the same start. You can mix and match this. It's so easy because they all kind of fit together. And here is one that is exactly like the first part with the long starry things here, and here actually is another version where I don't do the extra front post DC here. So a lot of versions to play with and colors and fun. So let's get to it. Fiesta part 2. Okay, so I hope that this tutorial has answered all your questions. Like you can see now, we start a bit later on because all the stars, they start the same way, because I didn't want to, like you already know by now, if you've done flower 1 or the part 1, it's not quick crochet and it is a quite complicated pattern. So that's really the reason why I wanted to do a crochet along for it, because in a CAL then I can give a lot of support and all my admins and testers are on, there's such a great team, so everybody's helping out. So, but even though it is a bit complicated, I really want to take care to keep it as simple as I can, as in like this, they all start the same and they end the same as well. So once you've gotten started, you really get the hang of it and you don't have to think so much. Here is the final product, what I was doing before to show you. And here is the same colors basically, but with a big star. So these are the 2 variations for the star flower. And again, all the practical info and links down below in the description. And I just really am looking forward to seeing all your star flowers, adding to my feed, to the dahlia flowers from last week. Hope you have fun with it, you guys. Ciao!